This is Preston from Southeast Relic Hunters. Welcome to another Southeast Relic Hunter episode.
Probably another nickel, clad nickel. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
There it is. Oh, that's
coin.
old. It's a older sweet pin. Turn it over, see if it's an Indian or a Lincoln.
Indian.
It's an Indian. Wow. What year?
19.
19 what?
00.
100? Oh, what you got?
A thing.
A thingy.
Nickel.
What year?
1970.
1970. Cool. That's older than Daddy.
It is?
Yeah, it's older than me.
When were you born?
None yet. What is this doing here, Preston?
I have no idea.
That is a Civil War era. From what I can see, I don't see anything written inside of the shield, which would make it had a letter in there. It would an A or an I, something like that. I think it's just solid shield, which would be a general enlisted service button. Civil War era. That's pretty amazing. It is not quite the oldest thing we found, but definitely the right same time frame.
It's what you
And
want.
probably the coolest thing we found out here. That's what you dig for. There's a little piece of history right there.
This is Preston from Southeast Relic Hunters. Welcome to part 2 of my own backyard. This is a makeup case. It does not have any writing in it, but we can tell that what makeup cases look like from back then. This one was made around 1920.
Yeah, we figured that out by going online, right?
Yes.
And surprisingly, there's a big collector's market for antique and vintage cosmetics. And so we were able to find out from the type of hinge and just the style, the metal, things like that, that this was probably made around the 1920s. So a cool find. What else do you have?
This one comes next.
Okay, what's that?
A water hose.
Water, yeah.
Piece of one.
The
And double one.
a sprayer,
Yeah.
yeah, nozzle. So an old style. Nothing written on it either. But that's one of Preston's favorites. When he gets it cleaned up good, it'll have a nice patina to it.
Next.
What's that?
It is a part to like a chest. You would just go right under it and lift it.
Like a trunk.
Yes.
You might see at the end of a bed, something like that. So it's a little finger handle that would lift up the lid. So that's pretty neat. It has some nice design on it. What else you got?
Weedy.
I have a Stinkin' Lincoln wheat cent. It's still pretty cool. Made in 1944. Or minted 1944. And if you can see the back of it. It's a wheat penny.
This is not a stinking Lincoln. This is a 5-cent Buffalo nickel 1919.
Minted in 1919. Very nice. We found a few buffaloes out here, haven't we?
2 of them.
Do you know anything about this property?
Oh, well, we lived at an old barn. There was a structure about right there. We found a buffalo nickel there and all the way over there.
There's a lot of stuff out in the field. An old farmhouse was close by. We find a lot of old stuff. What about this nail? What can you tell us about this nail?
It is a square nail.
Yeah. So this would be something good to look for, right? If you're looking for an old home site, square nails were used up until around 1880, 1890. So anything before that, and we found several of these around here. So we know that the house out here at least one of the first home sites out here would have dated pre-1900. So that's pretty cool.
And
Yeah, you got a little buckle.
yeah, some type like a shoe, purse,
Yeah.
or a dress buckle.
Yeah. Probably off some type of women's clothing, huh? Nice little buckle. And here's another one we found. If you follow the Facebook page, you've seen this little skeleton key. Probably also dated late 1800s, early 1900s. You know anything about this one?
It's some type of handle.
It's a hinge. This has been on the Facebook page as well. If you look at it, you'll notice on the back it has a maker's mark. Nice design. So from the maker's mark on the back of it, we were able to find out that it was a hinge off a Victorian icebox, circa 1855. So that's pretty fancy. And here's another old piece. Not really treasure, but that's a leg off a stove grate, which also dated early to mid 1800s.
Got another buff.
And another buffalo. So these are some of our favorite finds out here on our property.
1918.
This one's hard to see the year, and it doesn't want to focus. We have some bad light this time of day. But those are some of Preston's favorite finds, and we'll keep hunting.